It is 7 o'clock on your Sunday morning. Good morning to you, Kentuckiana. Thanks for sticking with us and joining us here on WHS 11, WHS 11 Plus. I'm Jim Stratman, sitting in for Gabe this morning, and it's set to be a really nice day outside. Meteorologist Dominica Davis is joining us now. And Dominica, yesterday was beautiful here. It looks like it may be another pretty nice one out there today, too.
Yes, we are getting in another nice day with plenty of sunshine coming in later in the day, but we are starting out with a little bit of clouds right now. So at the airport, it's 57 degrees. By the way, these temperatures are a little bit on the cool side. We're seeing 50s and even some 40s showing up. How about 46 right now in Madison? We have 51 in Scottsburg. So yes, temperatures are running a little bit below average, and that's going to continue to be the theme as we go through the rest of today, although those temperatures are going to warm up. Now, we've had a front that moved through. High pressure is settling in. So we have a weak high pressure system over us, and this is going to cater the weather for the next couple of days. So we will see increasing sunshine as we go through the afternoon. We'll finally get rid of those clouds really afternoon time. The winds will be light coming in from the north, and temperatures will make it into the upper 70s. So we will be running a few degrees below average, but all in all, it is looking to be a beautiful Sunday. A very quiet day, temperatures in the upper 70s. Now that summertime heat, boy, does it make a comeback for the work week. We'll talk more about that and our storm chances coming up in a little bit.
Comfortable. Thank you very much. Today, the investigation continues into what led up to an apartment complex shooting in Clarksville early Saturday morning. 4 people were shot during a party, including a 15-year-old. WHS 11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester spoke to residents who are still reeling from those shootings.
And seeing a whole bunch of kids running and jumping over stuff.
Chaos early Saturday morning.
There was a person saying, "Oh, I've been shot, I'm bleeding."
Shots at the Bend Apartments.
Do you know how many shots were fired? Any estimate?
A lot. It's a miracle that that we don't have fatalities.
Going pop, pop, pop.
The gunshots startled Starla miles awake.
I don't want to be nowhere where there's gunshots.
4 people between 15 and 20 years old were injured in the shooting. It happened at a party where police say there was drug and alcohol use.
Many of these parents are probably would be surprised to find out their kids were there.
Police estimate 100 people were in and out of the apartment throughout the night. Bullets scattered everywhere, through a side door, even to a vacant apartment.
The balcony at the very top here, that's who held the party. That glass door has already been replaced after it was damaged. You're seeing a picture of that damage now. Now, police say the woman who lives here actually works at the apartment complex, and that news has a lot of neighbors surprised that she would hold these types of parties.
Chief Walls says kids in Clarksville have been the department's biggest threat.
We've got 15-year-olds out here running around with guns. They're reckless, and parents need to get a hold of their kids.
Police have 2 suspects identified and confiscated 2 guns.
Who's to say it can't happen to my next door neighbor or, the people living underneath me?
But after this shooting,
the walls here are pretty thin, enough to be soundproof, but definitely not bulletproof.
It puts into question the home, community, and lifestyle of the luxury Bend Apartments for some residents. In Clarksville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11, on your side.
The police are still asking witnesses to come forward and give details of the night as they continue to figure out what could have led up to that shooting. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Clarksville Police Department at 812-288-7151. An emotional end to the first trial in the case of Crystal Rogers. Steve Lawson, guilty on all charges. That verdict coming in on Friday after a trial that moved quicker than most expected. It only took the jurors in Bowling Green 2 hours and 23 minutes to find Lawson guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. Longtime former Nelson County Detective John Snow was emotional outside of the courtroom, feeling a moment of relief, hugging other people in attendance. He was there from the beginning and is finally seeing that first round of justice. The jury recommended Lawson serve 17 out of a possible 25 years in prison. WHAS 11's legal analyst Nick Mudd of the Mudd Law Group told us that they've got a pretty good case for an appeal since the defense attorney, Darren Wolf, said early on he would not be ready for this trial. Wolf joined Lawson's case last August after Lawson fired his other attorney.
There is 400,000 pages of discovery, over 200 hours of interviews. If you work nonstop for a year on a single case, I don't know if you'd be able to review it all.
Lawson will be officially sentenced in August. For the residents of Bardstown, the verdict brings some relief a decade after Crystal Rogers went missing.
I was real pleased.
Everything that, we've all dreamed about of this coming to fruition, in justice for Crystal, and then it's right there in front of you in breaking news.
We're getting closure finally for the case because it's been such a big eyesore on the town.
June 24th marks the next milestone in this case. That day, Brooks Houcken, the main suspect in this case, and also Joseph Lawson will be in court. Joseph Lawson is charged with the same 2 counts as his father, Steve: conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. This past week, we actually heard part of Joseph's alleged involvement in the case, his father claiming that Joseph called him and requested help moving Crystal Rogers' car from the Bluegrass Parkway. As for Brooks Houck, he was Crystal Rogers' former boyfriend at the time of the disappearance. Investigators have labeled Brooks as the main suspect since the beginning nearly 10 years ago. He's charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. You can watch more of our coverage, including our conversations with Nick Mudd, breaking down Steve Lawson's trial and looking ahead to the next trial in June over on the WHS 11 Plus app. It's free to download on your TV. Some more local news now. We now know the name of the man who died in Friday's deadly tornado in Washington County. Kentucky State Police confirming that 48-year-old Ronnie Hill of Springfield was killed after the storm swept through that area. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said that 14 people were injured in the Washington County tornado. The National Weather Service says the damage is from a powerful EF2 tornado that tore through the area around Long Run Road. Officials will have that area closed off through the rest of the weekend to ensure safety for emergency personnel and residents. Officials are asking that you avoid that area unless it's completely necessary. The American Civil Liberties Union has dropped a lawsuit challenging Kentucky's abortion ban. The lawsuit was filed on behalf of a pregnant Louisville woman called Mary Poe to protect her privacy. The lawsuit claims the Kentucky laws blocking abortion violate a woman's constitutional rights to privacy and self-determination. Now, Friday, the ACLU moved to dismiss the lawsuit, but did not give a reason for seeking to drop that case. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman called the dismissal a win for pro-life laws. Meanwhile, the ACLU says they will be strategizing their next steps in this fight. And it does appear someone has tried to cut off the arm of the York statue at the Belvedere. Sculptor Ed Hamilton shared these photos you're seeing with us here at WHAS 11. According to Hamilton, Public Works was able to quickly handle the situation and secure that statue, which is now surrounded by a bunch of plywood. They've also added extra security. This is the second statue of Hamilton's that has been vandalized. Someone stole Abe Lincoln's hat on the waterfront just under a year ago.